8 online dating do's and don'ts. This is just for single mums. Finding genuine love with a compatible partner, it isn't difficult when you know how to date in a way that gets results. My name is Rebecca P. Fox. I'm a psychotherapist and I'm going to give you 8 top tips which will ensure that your dating profile will stand out and is attractive to a man who is at your level. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you my dating format so that you don't entertain any more time wasters. So let's get into this. Number 1, ladies, don't hide the fact that you have children. Look, children, they're a huge part of your life, and I want you to find a man who is going to be accepting of them. Do not look for a man who you have to convince to accept them. This is going to end badly for you and your children. So make it clear in your profile that you do have children to avoid any conflict with a man who will not accept children. You see, men who are open to single mothers don't have a problem with you having children in the slightest. Those are the sorts of men you want to attract. Number 2, don't use pictures of your children in your profile. Now, while it is important to let men know that you are a mother, showcasing your children online, this can end very badly. And whether you like it or not, the reality is that there are many predators out there who will only date women with children so that they can in fact abuse the children. When you post a picture of you with your children and you don't at least hide their faces, you are indicating that you're a particularly irresponsible mum who will introduce a man into your home and children's lives very quickly. This kind of profile is extremely attractive to a predator. The truth is, there is no need for you to have pictures of you with your children on your personal dating profile. Just making it clear that you do have children is more than enough. And if you do want more in-depth information on this in particular, let me know in the comments and I'll do a separate video on this particular topic. You see, men, when they date a single mum, a genuine man wants to get to know you first to make sure you're compatible before he wants to be introduced to your children. This is a sign of a healthy man who is looking for a healthy relationship. Remember that. Number 3. Don't use heavily filtered photos. And I know, ladies, some of you are going to hate me for saying this, but the biggest ick for a man is when a woman has filtered photos. This also potentially makes you a catfish, because when you do eventually meet up with this guy and you don't look like your heavily filtered pictures, he's going to reject you. And that is just going to make you feel horrible. So ladies, embrace who you are. Show that you're confident and comfortable in your skin by using natural pictures. And here's something that I want you to be very much aware of. The men who do prefer women with heavily filtered pictures are highly likely to be narcissistic. And you do not want this type of man. You see, these types of men, they see women as objects who value their looks more than their personality, which indicates to the narcissist that you're going to be insecure and you are going to be easy to manipulate. So ladies, let's embrace our natural beauty and use pictures that are unfiltered. Number 4. Include full body pictures in your profile. And ladies, just because you don't like your body, it doesn't mean men also won't like it. Men, they have preferences and they like women of all different shapes and sizes, and that is the beauty of being your unique self. So ladies, own it and post full body pictures. Just like us, we have preferences on body types that we like, and it is the same for men. So don't deceive them by not showing them your shape and your size. Number 5. Go on video speed dates. Now, most dating apps have a video chat feature, which is an excellent and safe space for you to have a first video date. You see, doing this is what's going to protect you from potential predators and having your time wasted. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to aim to ask for a video call after around 8 to 15 messages. Don't exchange numbers until you've had that video call. And I go into way more detail about this in tip number 8, which gives you my dating format. Number 6. Do not accept ghosting. And ladies, I don't know who needs to hear this, but ghosting, that is not an indication that you need to chase them. So don't do it. I want you to understand that it is not an indication that you need to try harder. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to unmatch them. If you haven't heard from this guy within 48 hours of your last message, it's time to get rid of them. And what this is going to do for you is it is going to boost your self-esteem and your confidence. So don't hold back on waiting for them to get back to you, waiting to see if you're going to hear from them again. Just unmatch them and then you can move on to the next. Number 7. Don't focus on all the little things. I want you to focus on the bigger picture. The truth is, not all guys are great writers, so their profile is likely to not be well presented. Creating a profile for a man is just as daunting as it is for a woman. Understand that some guys, they really are doing their best. Unless, of course, their profile has no information, then let's face it, they're just being lazy and you don't want to match with a lazy guy. Also, I want you to understand that most men online, they are not doing this online thing with their buddies like many of us ladies do, right? We share our matches with our girlfriends. We want to see what they think. We want to get their feedback. Most guys, they don't do this and they actually fly solo, having very little feedback from their friends. So I want you to grant them a little grace and really see the bigger picture here. You see, a misplaced comma or misused word, this doesn't mean they won't be a good guy and they're not smart. It just means that they don't really know what they're doing. So give them a little grace on this. Number 8. Do have a dating format. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, let's be realistic here, ladies. We do not have unlimited time to waste, so we've got to get organized. Many women, they rush into meeting someone quickly to see if there's any chemistry so that they don't waste their time. And the truth is, this really could be a huge waste of time. Also, dragging it out for a long time before you meet, this can also be a waste of time. So what we need to do is we need to have a dating format that's going to make the process much easier and quicker. So let's get into this. Step 1. Messaging via the dating app. We want to look between 10 to 20 messages. And ladies, it is so important that you stay on the app communicating until we reach step 2. You see, if he pushes to get you off the app using an excuse like, oh, I really don't like this app, let's move it all to WhatsApp, I would be very dubious of his intentions. And I would then reply to him with step 2. So step 2 is video calling via the app. And ladies, we're going to add a time frame to this. So here's what I want you to do. Before you make the suggestion, I want you to say to him, look, I only have a spare 10 minutes before I leave for the gym or have to go to work, whatever the excuse is, but let's jump on a video call. Let's connect with each other before we exchange numbers. Okay? Most men, providing they're not at work surrounded by their mates or they're in a public place, they're going to be cool to do that. Or they will come back and say, look, at the moment I can't do that, I'm surrounded by people, but can we do later? And then it's down to you to set a time as if it's a date. For instance, sure, how about we do 7 p.m. tonight? Does that work for you? And it's like you are setting a video date. So just bear that in mind. Now, once you have the video date, you're going to get a good indication, first of all, if you find him attractive. Second of all, if there's any chemistry between the two of you. Third of all, if you're excited enough that you actually want to see him again. So this is when we move on to step 3, which is all about exchanging numbers. Once you get off the video call, you can give him your number. It was great talking to you, really enjoyed it, here's my number. And then you wait for him to reach out to you. Now, if he gives you his number, you still don't reach out to him. He must make the first step. Now, once he does that and you are in regular contact, this is when we're in step 4 territory. Step 4 is about regular contact for 4 to 8 days before meeting in person. Now remember ladies, rushing into this is just as bad as leaving it too long. This format must be done in a way that creates the right masculine and feminine dynamic between the two of you. So he must be the one to push for the date, not you. If you're the one who is pushing for the date to get something in the diary, this puts you in your masculine and him in his feminine. Now I do have a video which goes into depth about this, so check that out. And it's super important that you do not fall into this trap because men, they need to be the pursuer. Now make sure that you keep communication between the two of you very light and you are the one that follows his lead. So no double messaging, no chasing up, no being the one that does all of the reaching out. Ladies, you are looking for a partnership. Remember that. So it needs to be a rough 50-50 split, or dare I say 60-40. You know, it's going to fluctuate between the two, but just remember a partnership means equal effort. So if you do find yourself doing all the work, the truth is he is not that into you. So this is where we stick to the 8-day rule. And if after that he hasn't made the effort, you've got to block him, delete his number, get back on the app and find someone who's at your level. Now ladies, I would love to know how you got on with this. Please let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. And if you want more dating tips, be sure to subscribe to my channel. And of course, share this video with any of your girlfriends who need to hear this.